Welcome back to the third episode of the S13 build. Today we are going to be prepping the engine, the block and the head to get it delivered to the engine builder. So join me on my journey, but we can't work in this nice clothing. We have to change. So be right back. Let's get started. So first we're gonna have to get the spark plugs out. So we take the spark plug tool, put it inside the head, put it on the spark plug, and with a little bit of force, spin it. Nice, okay, that was easy. Out comes the first one. God damn it. First one out. So we're gonna repeat that for the other three. Okay, so now we have all 4 spark plugs out, and as we look at this, we can see one thing, and that thing is the engine is running on way too much fuel. So that means something would be wrong with this engine. But since the tune was not dialed in, it was only a startup tune, that's okay, because we're gonna rebuild the engine and redo the tune, of course. So, doesn't matter. In the bin. No. Just kidding. We're gonna keep it. So, the next thing we're gonna do, as ordered by the engine builder, is put back on the bearing caps for the camshafts, which we have arranged in order. But I almost made a mistake. If you look closely, this one's different, and there is the timing gear on here. So, the head is in the wrong direction, as you can see, because this belongs here. This is the side where the timing gear comes. So we're gonna take it and rotate it 180 degrees, so it's easier working. So we're just gonna go ahead and put it back on. Screw it in a little bit. Looks like a 12mm to me, but doesn't matter because it doesn't need to be extra tight. This one seems stuck. Where's this one stuck?
Cold night in the winter, how it goes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Sorry that I fall away sometimes. Yeah, yeah. The end. Got to end it all on the weekend. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Sorry that I feel that way sometimes. Oh, oh, yeah. You don't really wanna know me, hanging in the corner with a nosebleed, high on whatever they sold me.
So now that the bearing caps are finished, we are done with the head. So let's move over to disassembling the block. So now we're gonna start work on the block. We're gonna differentiate it into 3 parts. The first part is getting all those old hoses out because they're gonna be replaced with silicone hoses anyway. Getting all this stuff out, then we're gonna take out the pistons and the rods. And last thing, we're gonna take off the flywheel on the back end of the engine. And then we are ready to go.
6 years later, trying to find me, still trying to figure out the line piece, looking for the love inside me.
Since all the hoses are out, we're now going to work on getting the pistons and the conrods out. So in order to do that, we have to loosen those nuts, take off the bearing caps, and then take out the whole assembly. So let's get started on that.
sometimes. Don't know why I feel that way sometimes. Yeah, yeah. Late night, think how we can set out on the weekend. Funny how I kinda like this life. Funny now I kinda like this life. Now I like this life.
So now that the pistons and the rods are out, we're gonna work on getting the flywheel out. But first, there's one more thing to do. Drain the block of some maybe leftover coolant. That's done via this screw right here, located on the side of the block. And now, I hope it's gonna open without using an impact, because I don't want to use an impact on this position. Ist alles draußen. So, we turned the block around. It's now fully drained of coolant. So now we are gonna get to work on taking the block off the engine stand, putting it on the floor, and then taking off the flywheel. Because of the way this engine stand is built, we cannot take it off on the stand because the bolts of the stand are lined up against the flywheel. So now that's our next task. So now that we got the engine off the hoist, now we put it on the old oil pan. Don't worry, this oil pan is never getting used again, so it's okay to put it on the oil pan. I have a new one sitting, so don't worry about that. So now I'm gonna take off the engine hoist, the last part of the engine hoist. Then I'm gonna take off the flywheel, and then I'm gonna load the block into the car, the head into the car, and off we go to the engine builder. That's it for today's video. We finished disassembling the block, we finished assembling the head. So now we're just gonna load it up onto my father's truck that he was kind enough to lend me, and I'm off to the engine builder. So you will hear about the engine in the next video about this awesome project car. Like, subscribe, share if you like to. And also don't forget to check out our other videos, which you can see here. See you next time.